Yes, sir.
Welcome this morning here. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I got so many things to say about this guitar, but I'll let you kick us off.
Well, welcome everyone. Paul here, Music Villa. We're in Bozeman, Montana, and this is a special guitar today. This is a Martin 0028 1937 Authentic. Okay, we've had these before. They've been out now for quite a while. Stage 1 aging. Copies of the 30s 0028. This one is Brazilian Rosewood. Very, very limited, very rare. Martin just does not do Brazilian anymore, much at all. They have it, but it's been really kind of held tightly.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of regulation around Brazilian, isn't that the deal?
There is,
like with import-export.
There is, but besides that, they still have had a pretty good stash of it, I believe. So they've had it for a long time. But the problem was they were like, okay, we have this Brazilian, we're going to price it here. So I think it just kind of like everyone said, well, I guess we're not going to order Brazilian.
Indian's good enough for me.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll do Indian Rosewood from here on out. But these are pretty cool. And they're, Brazilians,
There's a market. There's a market
There
for
is.
those who want like the true traditional.
And these, though, I think
Brazilian.
I feel are extremely reasonable for what you're getting, especially, down the road, like on a resale market and such like that. These are great. If you look at guitars, Brazilian guitars in general, old ones especially, old Martins, it's insane. And I will say, we have the test. We also have the Dreadnought version of this, okay? It's amazing how the Brazilian sounds. It really is a difference, okay? So, people say, whatever people want to say about it, when you see this come in the door and it's this much more than the regular one, they do sound different. And they are good. They're really good.
Well, I think what's interesting here, and to get into this price range to get authentic Brazilian put together in a vintage assembly, you can go to the vintage markets and pay a premium for it.
Yes.
But what I think you get, and this is my experience playing like some of the old guitars, we featured some pretty old guitars here, is old guitars have older problems, right? Just like Paul and I are at a vintage where our, we've got issues.
My back hurts.
Yeah, my knees are shot, you know. And so there's limitations in an older body. Sometimes you might have to be a little bit more delicate, and it might not just respond as well, despite the tone being amazing. Playability, some of the things might not be the same as it were, 100 years ago. Right. But what you get with this is you get, all of those tonal qualities. But in, effectively a brand new guitar that's set up, it's got all the engineering and quality assurance that you might not get if you went to the true vintage market. You get a cool vintage instrument, no doubt. But this is out of the box. And it's going to be really, really amazing. Playable. You're not going to fight this guitar for setup and some of the other things.
I can't wait for you to play the Dreadnought. You're going to flip out. You're going to flip out over the Dreadnought.
I had a question for you, though. This is for the viewers out there like me who are dumb. I see the Herringbone.
Do you call our viewers dumb?
No. I'm saying I'm dumb.
Oh, okay.
But it's a question I'm asking on behalf of viewers who may be curious. No, I'm not saying viewers.
Okay.
I would never say
it sounded like that.
No. No. I'm sorry. If I was clearly not my intent.
Quentin would never say that.
Never. But I see this is listed as identified as a 0028.
Okay.
But it's not. When I see Herringbone, I usually think HD, right? So when did they make that?
Okay.
transition?
So on the 0028s, I don't think it ever had a designation of Herringbone.
Okay.
On the Dreadnoughts, right?
Right.
The D28s in that era, they did have the Herringbone, but I think back then they didn't say
identify
HD.
it as
It was just
Herringbone.
a D28, but it did have Herringbone.
That was a standard feature.
Later, Martin distinguished HD and D28 by
the presence of the Herringbone.
Yeah, presence of the Herringbone trim. Yeah.
Right on. So cool things about this neck is a unique shape. It's not one that I see on a modern. So it's
Kind of a little bit of a V, bigger.
A little bit. It's pretty round. You wouldn't feel this. Some folks might feel this and say V, instantly. I play the CEO7, which has a very defined V, so I'm maybe less perceptive to the V shapes now. This still feels relatively rounded. If it is a V, then it's a little bit more rounded than a true V. It gets a little thicker as you move up the neck, but it's not chunky. It's not, I mean, it's bigger, but it's not chunky. The playability is really nice.
Yeah. These, okay, and also these, so this is the stage 1 aging. So you you can see the finish crackle and stuff like that. What's cool though too is, so this one, I mean, they're Addy tops, but these are not the aged tops on these, which is kind of cool because this thing still has tons of time to
mature and
age. Yeah. So
I was going to say I had tons of things to say about this car. I'm looking at the pegs, and it just it reminds me of some terrible smoker's teeth.
Yeah.
You look at these and you're like, wow, these need a good brushing. But that's the
old
aging
look
process. Yeah.
What a cool guitar. Well, we should let you get after it and play it, and then.
It's my pleasure. So this is clearly a high,
very
quality,
extremely limited run.
Right. This is a rare instrument.
Yep.
Comprised of relatively rare materials.
Yeah.
Manufactured, assembled in a way to replicate a very vintage instrument.
Yep.
And it does it. All of the benefits of a vintage instrument, but with the playability of a brand new guitar.
These have something special to them.
Yes.
They really do.
Indeed.
Quentin,
yes,
thanks for being here. 00028 1937 Authentic Brazilian Rosewood, available here at Music Villa. Check it out. Thanks for watching.